Hello everyone, we are going to discuss about simplex method to solve linear programming problem. In this part, we shall learn how to solve a maximization linear programming problem by using simplex method. We are not going to discuss about the theoretical concept of simplex method. Instead, we shall learn how to solve maximization linear programming problem by using the normal simplex method. So this is the given problem, maximization z equal to 3x1 plus 2x2 subject to these two conditions, 2x1 plus x2 less equal to 12 and 6x1 plus 5x2 less equal to 40, where x1 x2 both are non-negative. So this is the given problem of maximization. So we shall solve this problem by using simplex method. So first of all, we find that there are only two variables, x1 and x2, and two constants. This is the first constant, second constant in terms of inequalities. Now first of all, we have to make these two inequalities as equalities. For that, we have to add slack variables on the left hand sides of these two constants. So if we consider the first constant, 2x1 plus x2 less equal to 12, so to make it as inequality, we have to add some slack variable on the left hand side of this inequality. So suppose we are adding a new slack variable, suppose we call it x3, so then it becomes equal to 12, and in the second constant we add one more slack variable on the left hand side of the equation or inequality. So we get 6x1 plus 5x2. Suppose we are adding x4 as slack variable, so this will be equal to 40. So after adding two slack variables x3 and x4, then these two inequalities become equations where x1, x2, x3, x4 all must be non-negative. Now we can write the objective function z in this form. Max of z, this will be equal to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 0 into x3 plus 0 into x4. Now the original problem reduces to this problem, maximization of z equal to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 0 into x3 plus 0 into x4. This is the objective function of four variables, out of which x1 and x2 are the actual variables and x3 and x4, these two are slack variables, subject to these two equations. Now in this problem, this vector 3, 2, 0, 0, this vector is known as cost vector and we shall denote it by c vector, and these are the coefficient vectors. 2, 6, this is called a1. This coefficient vector is denoted by a2, which is 1, 5. This vector is 1, 0 and a4 is 0, 1. These are nothing but the coefficients of these variables in the equations, and this last vector in the right hand side is called v vector. Now in this actual problem, there are only two variables, x1 and x2, subject to two constants. Now initially we have to select two basic variables. Now basic variables means the coefficient vectors corresponding to the variables must be linearly independent. Now in simplex method, we initially select basic variables corresponding to which we have unit vectors. Now for the variables x3 and x4, we find that the coefficient vectors are a3 and a4, which are unit vectors. So x3 and x4, these two must be our initial basic variables. Now we shall solve the problem by using simplex table. This is the required simplex table we have to construct. Now remember that these are the coefficient vectors a1, a2, a3, a4. B is the vector on the right hand side of the equations. C is the cost vector, and there will be some basic variables, and CB means the corresponding cost vectors of the basic variables. Now we have obtained that the cost vector is 3, 2, 0, 0. So this is the cost vector 3, 2, 0, 0. Next we write the coefficient vectors. A1 is 2 and 6, A2 is 1 comma 5, A3 is 1 comma 0, and A4 is 0 comma 1. Now here we have to write the basic vectors. Now initially we have selected x3 and x4 as initial basic vectors. So A3 and A4, these two are our initial basis vectors. Now corresponding value of cost variable. Now A3 has 0 and A4 has also 0 cost value. Now B vector, which is 12 and 40, this can be found from the right hand side of the equations. Next we have to compute Zj minus Cj. Now initially we have selected x3 and x4 as basic variables. If the solution is optimum, then all the values of Zj minus Cj will be non-negative. If we find that one or more values of Zj minus Cj are negative, then this solution is not optimum. Then we can improve the solution step by step by using this simplex table. So now we shall find all the values of Zj minus Cj. First we find this value. Now the rule is that Zj minus Cj, this will be the cost vector multiplied by the coefficient vector minus this cost value. So it will be 0 into 2 plus 0 into 6 minus 3, which is minus 3. Next this one, 0 into 1 plus 0 into 5 minus 2. So this is minus 2. For this one, 0 into 1 plus 0 into 0 minus 0, which is 0. And finally this value will be 0 into 0 plus 0 into 1 minus 0. So this is again 0. And we can compute this value. This is 0 into 12 plus 0 into 40. So it is again 0. Now as I have said that if all the values of Zj minus Cj are non-negative, then the solution is optimum. But here we find that two values, this one and this one, these two are negative values. So this solution is not optimum. So we have to modify the solution by this simplex table. For that we have to find the value of Zj minus Cj which has most negative value. Now here we find that this one minus 3 has most negative value. So this is the most negative value. Now our initial basic variables are x3 and x4. Now here we have found that the solution is not optimum. So actually these two are not final basic variables. So in the final basic variables, at least one of x3 and x2 will not be present in the final basis. So a new variable will replace at least one of a3 and a4. Now the question is, which variable will enter the basis and which variable will leave the basis. Now here we have found that the minimum value of Zj minus Cj appears for the vector of a1. So we can conclude that the variable x1 will enter the new basis. Now the question is, which value will it replace? Now that variable can be found by computing mean ratio. Now what is mean ratio? For the mean ratio, we have to first compute some values. These values are 12 by this coefficient. So here we write 12 by 2. Next value is 40 by 6. So here we compute 40 by 6. Now we have found two ratios, out of which we have to select the ratio which has minimum value. Now here we find that this 6 has the minimum value. Therefore we shall select this ratio as mean ratio. Now we have the answer that the variable x3 will leave the basis. So in the new basis, the variable x1 will replace the variable x3. So this is the first part of the simplex table. Now we shall compute the second part of the simplex table. Now here we have found that x1 is the variable which will enter the basis and x3 is the variable which will leave the basis. So if we consider this row and this column, then we find that this is the key element at the intersection of this row and this column. This element will be called key element. So in the next step, the basic vectors will be a1 and a4 because a3 will be replaced by a1. So the new basic vectors are a1 and a4. Now we write the corresponding cost vectors. For a1 the value is 3 and for a4 the value is 0. Now we have to use the matrix row operation. In the next step we have to make this element as 1. So we can easily make this element 1 by dividing this entire row by 2. So actually we are using this row operation, r1 star equal to r1 by 2. If we use this row operation on this row, then the elements become 12 by 2, which is 6, 2 by 2 1, 1 by 2 half, 1 by 2 half, 0 by 2 0. So this element has been made 1. Next we have to make this element as 0 by using this element by using row operation. So if we want to make this element as 0 by using this element, now this can be found by using this row operation, r2 star equal to r2 minus 3r1. If we apply these row operations, r2 star, this will be r2 second row minus 3 times first row. So if we apply this operation, then this element can be made 0. So if we apply this operation, then this will be 0. Now this element r2 minus 3 into r1. So 40 minus 12 into 3. So 40 minus 36, which is 4. Now this will be 5 minus 3 into 1, which is 2. Next 0 minus 3 into 1, minus 3. 1 minus 3 into 0, which is 1. So we have obtained all the coefficient vectors. Now we have to find all the values of zj minus cj. First this value can be found by 3 into 6 plus 0 into 4, which is 18. 3 into 6 plus 0 into 4. Now the values of zj minus cj. Now first one is 3 into 1 plus 0 into 0 minus 3, which is 0. Next this one, 3 into this value plus 0 into this value minus 2, which is 3 by 2 plus 0 minus 2, that means minus half. Next this value, this will be 3 into half plus 0 into minus 3 minus 0. So 3 into half, that means 3 by 2. Next this value, 3 into 0 plus 0 into 1 minus 0, which is 0. So we have obtained all the values of zj minus cj. Now we have to check whether all the values of zj minus cj are non-negative. If all the values are non-negative, then the solution is optimum, otherwise not. Now here we find that this value is a negative value. So there is at least one value of zj minus cj which is negative. So the solution is not optimum. Therefore we have to find a modified solution. So this is the negative value, so corresponding to the vector a2. So we can conclude that this variable x2 or this vector a2 will enter into the new basis. So this vector a2 will enter the basis. Now we have to identify the vector which will leave the basis. For that we have to find mean ratio. So for the mean ratio, the first value of the ratio will be v value divided by this coefficient vector. So this is 6 by this half. So it is 6 by half, which is 12, and this value will be 4 by 2, which is 2. So we have obtained two ratios, out of which we have to identify which one is minimum. Here we find that this 2 is minimum, corresponding to the vector a4. So the vector a4 will leave the basis and the vector a2 will replace it. Now we have to identify the key element. Now key element can be found from the intersection of this row and this column. Here we find that this is the key element. Now we have to modify the solution, and in the next solution set, the vector a1 and a2 will be the basic vectors. Now we have found that the vector a2 will enter the basis and the vector a4 will leave the basis. So these two are next basic vectors. Now corresponding cost values are 3 and 2, corresponding to the vectors a1 and a2. Next again we have to compute the row operations. Now this value will be made 1, and using this value will be made 0. Now first, if we apply the row operation on this row to make it 1, we just divide this row by 2. So actually we are using this row operation, R2 star equal to R2 by 2. So if we apply this row operation on this row, then we find that it will be 4 by 2, which is 2, 0 by 2 0, 2 by 2 1, minus 3 by 2. So minus 3 by 2 and 1 by 2. Next, using this element, we have to make this element 0 by using row operation. Now this can be found by using this row operation. Suppose we are using R1 star equal to R1 minus R2 by 4. If we apply this row operation, then R1 star will be R1 minus R2 by 4. Then this element will be 0. So this is 0. Now we find the remaining elements. So we have used this row operation, R1 star equal to R1 minus R2 by 4. So 6 minus 4 by 4. So 6 minus 1, that will be 5. Now this element will be this minus 0 by 4, which is 1. Now this element, it will be 1 by 2 minus 3 by 4. So half plus 3 by 4. So it will be 5 by 4. And finally this minus this by 4. So minus 1 by 4. So we have found all the values. Now we find Zj minus Cj for all the variables. Now first this value, this will be 3 into 5, 15 plus 2 into 2, 4, which is 19. Now this value of Zj minus Cj, it will be 3 into 1 plus 2 into 0 minus 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0. This value 3 into 0 plus 2 into 1 minus 2, which is again 0. This value 3 into 5 by 4 plus 2 into minus 3 by 2 minus 0. So that is 15 by 4 minus 3 by 4. So it is 12 by 4, which is 3. And finally this value, it is 3 into minus 1 by 4 plus 2 into half minus 0. So minus 3 by 4 plus 1. So it is 1 by 4. So we have found all the values of Zj minus Cj. Now here we have found that all the values are non-negative, 0, 0, 3 and 1 by 4. So all the values of Zj minus Cj are non-negative. Therefore the optimal condition is satisfied. So therefore the solution is optimum. Now we write the final solution. Now the final solution can be found from the column of B. Now here we find that the value corresponding to the vector a1 is 5 and the value corresponding to the vector a2 is 2. So the final solution will be x1 equal to 5 and x2 equal to 2. So here we have written the solution x1 equal to 5 and x2 equal to 2. And the corresponding value of the objective function z is 19, which can be found by this value. So remember that the solution set can be found from the column of B, and the value of the objective function is this value. So maximum of z equal to 19 at x1 equal to 5 and x2 equal to 2. So that completes the solution. Now in this part we have considered maximization problem. Now in the next part we shall consider minimization problem. So see you in the next part. Until then, thanks for watching.